Somewhere along the way, we decided that staying at a job while dreaming about something more meant we were failing. Like, if you were truly capable or truly motivated, truly cut out for this, you'd already be gone. No badge swipe, no manager on Slack. That story has done way more damage than most people realize. You need to stop looking at your job as a prison and start looking at it as a funding source. And the moment you see it that way, your entire mindset changes. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Jess. I help people who are tired of corporate life build businesses with strategy, clarity, and control. No hype, none of those fake timelines, no get rich quick schemes. This video kicks off part 1 of a 4-part series called Escape Your 9 to 5. And today we're talking about building your business in secret while you're still clocked in. Quitting without a plan feels empowering for a very short amount of time, like 5 minutes. Then the bills show up, the pressure sets in, and decisions start coming from panic instead of intention. Most people don't lack ambition. They're overloaded with it, actually. The problem is emotional attachment. When you see your job as the enemy, you rush. When you rush, you make reactive choices, and those reactive choices create fragile businesses. We're not doing that here. We're being strategic. I want you to imagine your job as a quiet investor in your business. Now, not a fun one, not a warm one, but an investor nonetheless. It funds your experiments. It pays for your learning curve. It absorbs the cost of your mistakes, the types of mistakes that all entrepreneurs make. And yes, every entrepreneur makes mistakes. Hell, I've made a ton of them. The difference is whether those mistakes cost you sleep, stability, and peace, or whether they're simply costing you a little bit of time and maybe some pride. When you're employed, you have a margin to test ideas and build skills and learn how to sell without feeling like every post must meet the mark and bring in customers or else. Your paycheck gives you patience, and patience is going to be your competitive advantage. Now, let's talk about emotional detachment, because this is where a lot of people get stuck. Emotional detachment doesn't mean doing bad work. We're not talking about quiet quitting here. Emotional detachment means stopping the habit of tying your worth to your job title. It means not letting every frustrating meeting convince you that you need to quit immediately. It means not spiraling every Sunday night because Monday just so happens to exist and be the next day. Show up, do your job well, and extract value. Extract skills and insights and clarity around what you want and what you will never tolerate again. Every frustrating moment becomes data instead of drama. When you look at your job this way, your strategy starts to form naturally. Now, let's talk a little bit about what your job can actively fund, because this is where people leave opportunity on the table. Your job can fund education that actually matters. And I'm not talking about random courses you never finish, but actual learning that directly supports what you want to build. Skills like positioning and audience building, basic finance and systems, skills that compound over time. Your job can fund experimentation. You can test content quietly. You can explore messaging and try small offers without needing immediate results to survive. Your job can fund your mistakes, your many mistakes. You're going to underprice something. You are going to overbuild something, and you will absolutely buy a tool that you'll outgrow in 3 months. That's part of the process. We all did it. Doing that while income is steady gives you room to recover without panic. And your job can fund confidence. Confidence grows through repetition. Every small win you stack while employed builds proof you can do this. Now, I want to pause here and call out something honestly. If you're using your job as a reason to never start, that's called avoidance. We don't do that. And if you're using your job as fuel to start recklessly and quickly, that's fear pretending to be confidence. And we don't do that either. The smart move lives in the middle. You build quietly so leaving becomes a choice instead of an emergency. I know someone is thinking, Jess, I can't do this much longer. And I hear you. God knows I hear you. Burnout is real. Frustration is valid. Wanting out does not make you dramatic. But urgency without direction is what is creating the chaos. Direction without urgency creates stagnation, and you want to focus on momentum. So instead of asking, how fast can I quit? Ask a better question. How can I use this season to prepare properly? That question changes behavior. It leads to real plans instead of wishful thinking. Now, if this already is clicking with you, this is your cue to subscribe and click the bell. This series is designed to help you exit your job with clarity and control. The next 3 episodes go even deeper into building quietly and creating your first offer and knowing when it's actually time to create space between you and that job. You'll definitely want to watch these next 3 videos. Okay, now here's something I see consistently with people who transition successfully. They stopped seeing their employment as failure, but instead as preparation. They respect the season they're in while actively building towards the next. That respect shows up in how they manage their energy. They choose a few high impact actions and stay consistent. It shows up in how they manage their money. They resist lifestyle inflation and build buffers to reduce some of the pressure. And it shows up in how they manage expectations. They stop comparing their chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 10. If you're watching this and wondering whether you're actually using your job wisely right now, that's a smart question to ask. And that's exactly why I created a free Should You Start Your Business quiz. And it helps you assess whether you're positioned to transition from employee to entrepreneur in a way that protects you instead of drains you. It's going to give you some clarity on what is solid and where you need some support. You'll find a link to it in the description below. We're going to get more tactical as this series continues over the next week. Today was about reframing. The next episodes will show you how to build with intention. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Your job doesn't define you, and your frustrations do not disqualify you from being an entrepreneur. Your timeline doesn't need to match anyone else's. You're allowed to be strategic. You're allowed to prepare and build a future at your own pace. Use the season you're in. And if this content helps you think differently, you can support my work by simply subscribing. That support helps keep this channel grounded, honest, and accessible for everyone who needs real guidance. So I will see you in the next episode.